Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. It feels so good to have you here with me again. Love is a very beautiful thing, and I know you agree with me. But then we still have a group of people that disagrees, group of people that says no. Love is complicated, but is love really complicated? Regardless of how hard most people will shy away or deny it, we all desire true love. We all desire to love and be loved back. This is because true love, real love is what we are. Real love is what our soul is. Real love is the spark of the divine that comes within us. Real love is who we are. Call it a bluff, but I am very sure you really do desire to love and be loved back. Well, I do, and I am not apologetic about it at all. Now, what is love? Well, I believe love is like defining a theory in social science. We all know that there's no definite definition as long as you are able to define and defend your answer. Therefore, I believe love is a personal experience, and defining it is dependent on you, dependent on your experience, and dependent on how you feel about it. You see, defining love is like explaining a particular color to someone who has never seen that color before. Meaning that for you to be able to explain love, for you to be able to define love, you have to feel it, you have to experience it to be able to really say what love really is. Personally, I think the reason why it is very difficult to explain or define love is because we cannot experience real love with our mind. And we all know that definition is of the mind. But real love is experienced with the heart. Real love is of the heart, and it is a feeling that is as a result of your intention to love and be loved back. Hence, I believe love has to be felt and experienced for one to really be able to define it. Now I ask again, is love really that complicated? Is it that difficult to love and be loved back? If love isn't complicated, why then do some people claim otherwise? Why then do some people claim to have been in a complicated love affair? A lot of people don't know how to appreciate themselves. They do not know how to rate themselves. They don't know their worth and their value. And because of this, they end up in complications. I mean, if you really love yourself and know your worth, you wouldn't put yourself in a state where you are unable to bloom like a beautiful flower that you are. A person who has high self-esteem knows that they are worth more than a relationship that constantly leaves them miserable. And they are able to understand when it's time to live for their own peace of mind and mental health. On the other hand, a person who has low self-esteem may feel that if they speak up about their unhappiness in a relationship, they may be faced with rejection. Hence, they just stay back, just stay in the complications. They just stay in what constantly makes them sad and miserable. As a little girl, I never liked being left alone. In fact, I get scared every time I am alone, especially in a dark room. But as a growing adult, I started to learn to enjoy my own alone time. I learned to understand that the fact that I am alone doesn't mean I am lonely. It just means I need time by myself to grow and develop myself. Take it or leave it, people who have fear of being alone are more likely to stay in a relationship that constantly makes them unhappy, or a relationship that isn't working. To them, they believe it is better to be in an unhealthy relationship and be unhappy than to be alone and still be unhappy. Learning to enjoy your alone time, learning to appreciate yourself and your personal space is the key to curing or to conquering the fear of loneliness or being left alone, which is one of the reasons that keeps people in complicated love stories. Unfortunately, when people grow in an abusive household, they are more inclined to believe that abuse is normal. And even when they realize that it isn't, they start to make excuses. This is a contributing factor to why a person will stay in a relationship that is actively harmful to them. This happens far too often with complicated and unhappy relationship. Many people stay in complicated relationship because they believe that their partner's flaw will eventually sort themselves out. Oftentimes, the weight isn't even worth the misery that they go through. People are constantly changing every day and adapting to new life. Unfortunately, it isn't your job, it isn't my job to wait around for that change to occur. Waiting would only bring resentment and unhappiness from both parties. Now, the best thing to do is to let them find that change on their own. They may change eventually, fine, but if they don't, fine as well. Now, there's no need to wait around holding your breath, waiting for something that may or may not happen. You can't save everyone. Now, that's not possible. So I would advise that you save that energy that you're using to wait around, that you're using to try to save someone else. Save that energy for the real thing that is yet to come. Love is a beautiful thing, and it shouldn't even be close to complicated. Well, after all said and done, my wish for you is that you find happiness, genuine, real, true love, the type that you secretly crave for, the type of love that you blush over just by thinking about. I hope you're happy, genuinely happy. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Bye.